day. And yes, we say this in strong authority. We also say this because we've got the bragging rights. And guess who gave us that bragging rights? You did. My name is Utwak Daniel, and this is Eagles Outlook right here on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. There is a lot going on in Nigeria. Yes, I always say this every time because indeed, if you flip through the front pages of Nigerian newspapers, you will indeed find that a lot is indeed going on, right? But however, we would be hinging our thought line around the concerns and the issues that surround, the removal of if you like, the dethronement, the removal, well, it will be the sacking, however you want to put it, of Senator Ali Ndume, from his position as the chief whip of the Senate, after he was deemed to criticize President Bola Tinubu's government. Well, Ndume's comment actually sparked a chain of reaction, though. This chain of reaction led to his removal, which has raised concerns about freedom of speech, party loyalty, and democracy in Nigeria. And that leads us to the topical issue for today, Ndume's removal, its implication on democracy, which we have deemed to be the government of the people, for the people, and by the people, of the people. Yeah, and that's what it is. But indeed, we've seen that play out, in the affairs, or as governance is being, dealt to the peoples of Nigeria. Well, this also brings the place where the saga actually began, where Senator Ali Ndume, a respected voice in the APC, expressed concerns about the president's leadership and the state of the nation. Now, his comments were met with swift backlash from the party, and this culminated in his removal as chief whip. Now, the development has sparked intense debate among Nigerians, with some viewing it as a necessary measure to maintain party discipline, while others see it as a witch hunt that stifles free speech. Well, based on the information provided, I had to do a fact check-in to explore some additional details on Senator Ali Muhammad Ali Ndume. Did you even know that Muhammad was part of that name? Now, his education and political career. Now, there's a reason I'm going to take you through this process, because of course I will also be itemizing some of the thought lines that should be looked into critically, right? Congress APC, and as being a prominent figure of in the Nigerian politics for over 2 decades, right? 2 decades. Mark that. Now, during his time in the Senate, he has chaired various committees, including the Committee on Army and the Committee on Establishment and Public Service. Now, he's been to, had OND in Marketing, Kaduna State, Kaduna Polytechnic, 1980. Of course, HND in Marketing, Kaduna Polytechnic, 82. BEd, MEd in Business and Computer Education from University of Toledo, USA, 1990. And, of course, work experience has been a lecturer at a Polytechnic from 1983 to 1988. Lecturer at, of course, still at the same Polytechnic. I think it's Ramat Polytechnic, 1990 to 2003. His political career. Let's get into that now. He was a member of the House of Representatives 2003 to 2011. Senator 2011 up until date. 2011 up until date. Okay. Now, Senate Majority Leader 2015 to 2017. Senate Chief Whip 2023 to 2024. It was cut short, right? Why? Because, of course, there's been some talks about the fact that he attacked his principal. But then, given the circumstance, one would want to say that did he really attack the president, or he just delivered his own thought line, on the matter? Well, that being said, let's connect with our guest, who is in the person of Mr. Benedict Olalekan Agunloye. He is an information professional, right? And is an information professional. He is a policy and public affairs analyst, right? And we'll be having that conversation with him in a short bit. But while we are yet connecting with him, let me open up, some of these thoughts. As I told you earlier, I said there was a reason I took you through the processes of his background and all of that. Yeah. Now, it is very, very clear that there are some thought-provoking discussion on the Ali Ndume issue, right? And it's clear that there are various perspectives and concerns surrounding the situation. Let's address some of them, the place of opposition in Nigeria, right? The opposition should be the ones channeling critics of the government, don't you think? Some notable statements from opposition leaders include, of course, looking at PDP's Uche Secondus, the APC has failed Nigerians and it's time for them to leave the stage, right? PDP's Atiku Abubakar had said the APC has destroyed the economy and perpetuated corruption. Looking at Ali Ndume's statements, while his comments may be seen as speaking truth to power, some argue that his approach was rash and unbecoming of a seasoned politician like himself. In the place of legacy and leadership, Ali Ndume has had a long political career, serving as Senate Majority Leader and Chairman of various committees. His leadership style and effectiveness have been debated, with some rating him about 6/10. Well, talking about cabal in Aso several Nigerian presidents have acknowledged the presence of a cabal or strong forces influencing decision-making. Olusegun Obasanjo says there are forces beyond my control. That was one of the statements of Obasanjo from way back. Good luck, Jonathan. There are people who think they're above the law. He said that explicitly. Muhammadu Buhari, there are elements in the villa who don't want me to succeed. Now, to the place of elder statesmanship, Ali Ndume could have taken a more statement-like approach, like elder statesmen such as Olusegun Obasanjo, Abdulsalami Abubakar, Wole Soyinka, the Chinua Achebes. The additional examples, of course, could also include Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Obi Ezekwesili, Ayo Obe. And, these are people who have also used, themselves as elder statesmen, to add their voice to matters, in this light, right? Senate President Godswill Akpabio, some are saying, should have navigated the situation in a way that will ensure that the Nigerian constitution is upheld. And then when you look at the place of rule of law, the issue of obedience to the rule of law is crucial, and the justification of the APC national chairman's letter is quite debatable, right? And let's just get on with our guest right there, Mr. Benedict Olalekan Agunloye. Welcome to the discourse this morning.
Good morning.
Right. Well, Mr. Benedict, feels good to connect with you. Now, let's jump into it very quickly, just for the sake and the purpose of my listener who just tuned in right now. Let's give you a short and quick recap in case you missed it in the first time. Yeah? Senator Ali Ndume accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of running a solo government despite widespread hunger across the country. Ndume also claimed that Tinubu was being kept in the dark by forces in the presidential villa and urged him to wake up to the country's problems. Following his remarks, though, the All Progressives Congress APC requested that Ndume resigned from the party and join the opposition due to his uncouth and rabid outburst. Now, the APC National Chairman Abdullahi Ngadunje and National Secretary Ajibola Basiru wrote to the Senate President Godswill Akpabio requesting Ndume's resignation as Chief Whip. The Senate then removed Ndume as Chief Whip, replacing him with Senator Tahir Munguno. I think it's from Borno South, if I'm not mistaken, right? And Ndume was also removed as vice chairman of the Appropriation Committee and replaced by Munguno. Ndume was then made chairman of the Senate Committee on Tourism, right? Which some people are saying, is that a promotion or that is a demotion or probably a place of stagnation? What do you make of all of this?
Well, my point will be first and foremost, democracy, in my opinion, is not on trial. Okay. What is on trial is impunity and arrogance. And I would say impunity and arrogance. Impunity is when you focus on your privileges as against your responsibilities. Now, candidates are sponsored by parties, and to an extent, we have also seen parties in government, because if PDP will talk, they abuse the APC of not doing well. So it means that if you are a principal officer in the administration, yes, you are working for the government, but you are representing the party.
Right.
So when you are seen to be speaking for the opposition, it is an abuse of your privileged position as a principal officer. So to that extent, I think that nobody is inhibiting Ndume on freedom of speech. He has the right to speak, but on matters of government, as a principal officer of the National Assembly, he shouldn't be saying some of the things he's saying. He should be saying, these are the decisions we have taken to help the nation, and that the president has not implemented, not that he is being denied access to the president. As a principal officer of the National Assembly, his duty is lawmaking, not being in the president's kitchen cabinet. Okay. To that extent, that stands. Now, to whether he is a principal officer because he's a member of the ruling party. Mm-hmm. And so if he is abusing that office, I think that the ruling party has the right to demand for him to be replaced or for him to be removed. Now, he's been made a chairman of another committee. For me, it's not a demotion. Every senator is a potential number 3 citizen. First and foremost, you have been elected into the Senate. Okay. And because he's a ranking senator, making him a committee chairman is just adding to that. It's recognizing the status that he has experienced. So I think that his right has not been abused in any way. His fundamental human right as a senator has been protected. He's still a senator. He's not on suspension. Okay. All they have done is to say the party that as a principal officer is withdrawing that privilege, but you retain all your rights as a senator. Even if you are in the opposition party as a ranking senator, you can be chairman of a committee, and those rights have been retained, and his privileges as a ranking senator has also been retained. The only thing that has been tampered with is his status as a principal officer in the Senate for the ruling party.
So are you saying are you saying that the place of the Constitution is not is to be discussed in this particular incident outrightly?
No, the Constitution makes him a member of the Senate. Okay. Not a principal officer.
So in the place of
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
In the place of free speech, freedom of speech.
Oh, in the place of free speech. Yes. In the place of free speech, yes. Right?
Yes.
As the principal officer of the Senate, responsibilities is on him to ensure, right, that he contributes to the progress of the nation. Not speak as an opposition. Like I said, if he's saying, no, we have passed XYZ bill and to help the masses to relieve hunger, and the president is not implementing it, and the president is not available to discuss it, you understand? Okay. That will be speaking as a senator that knows his rights and responsibilities. But for him to just come outrightly and say the president is not a listening president, I disagree. Because I did remember that when the NDDC board was constituted, the person they put in from Ndume and I think from Cross River State, the people said, no, these persons cannot represent us. The president listened, removed them and put different people. Just recently, the Mossad people, the Ogoni people have shouted against an appointment, and the president has also reverted it within 3 days. So you cannot say that the president is not listening. When the governing board of the universities were constituted, of academic institutions were constituted over a month ago, and the list came out and the people shouted, the president withdrew the list and amendments were made. But that is for people who are not principal officer. The principal officer of the Senate have rapport with the presidency every now and then, and we see them. So if he is one of them and is not contributing at that level, and then you are on air trying to be popular, I don't think he need any popularity anymore after 13 years or thereabout in the Senate. He is one of the longest serving senators if you are going to rate it. Not many senators are lucky to do 3 terms. He is doing the 4th. He's doing the 4th. So he is experienced enough to know that before you accuse the president of not listening as a principal member of the National Assembly, tell us the bills and the resolutions that you have passed to end hunger in the land, to put food on the table, to put jobs for the people that the president has not implemented, not to just lash to the cliche and go with popular slogan.
Right.
I don't think that is responsible enough for his privileged position.
Right. Let's me, come in the voice of one of the family members who had opened our eyes to the fact that, hey, what if this is a situation of the more you look, the less you understand, or the less you see? I mean, there has been, some thoughts that Aline Ndume did not really criticize or did not really attack, because there's been the news going on right there that he attacked his principal when he only spoke truth to government. You might want to clarify that. Yet his words are premised on the freedom of speech and characterized as speaking against the president because he spoke his mind on something that he found unfavorable, right? It further brings to mind the concern of where is the opposition in Nigeria. Well, yes, the opposition have been saying one or twos, right? Shouldn't they be the ones making the statements, and not, one who is inside the party, the ruling party that is. However, coming from a member of the ruling party, APC, don't you think that this is holding water and some virtue in it? It only means that things have probably gone wrong and gone worse, and everyone's indeed affected. Let's not forget that Aline Ndume represents a constituency as well and holds a duty and responsible to represent them all. Let's get to the place of the fact that there is a process to everything. Given Ndume's age, you've said it, you've mentioned it, his wealth of experience on government and governance and due process, he should know better than address his principal in rash public, outbursts, granting interviews here and there, calling out his principal for not listening to the cries of Nigerians. He should know to follow up the process. But then there are some who also believe that there may have been a fallout between him and the presidency, the president, and even other party members, which has probably snowballed into this outburst from him in a bid to break the silence or the circle, in a bid to break the silence or the circle. He has decided to take the bull by its horn to addressing the matter his own way. Also, it tells you the type of legacy he lives by, right? It is usually easy to point fingers at others as if when you were given the opportunity to lead, you would have done better, right? And then, of course, there are other beliefs. I'm just sharing these beliefs with you right now so that you get to have a robust, thought line as to where Nigerians too are coming from. As many believe, again, that it is one and the same people running the government who have come from other political parties to form the APC, and that Aline Ndume's actions are only but a mere distraction from the main issues. In fact, there is a belief that this is an entirely APC plot and a ploy to make the opposition parties believe there is a glitch within the APC. Some political observers, believe for some reasons Ndume was only acting according to a script. To be replaced by Munguno, but there has to be a logical reason to it. And if this were not true, how do you explain the harmoniously unanimous voice vote that led to his removal? Does this mean he is now hated and seen as a black sheep? right? So these are some other concerns, I mean, that is going on right there. And I don't know, how do you respond to all of this? I mean, there are more concerns to this. There are talks that, hey, there is more to this than meets the eye. And we better, begin to talk about these things and open it all up and have a better understanding to it, right? Still connecting with our guest right there. There is also, the aspect, right, where the APC had asked him to leave the party if he wants, and that it might be seen, it might be seen as an arrogance and irresponsibility given the portfolio of Ali Ndume, right, in the party. Now, could this also mean that our party system processes are so porous and only stiff when personal interests are deemed impeded and trampled upon? Does this tell us that the political parties in Nigeria are only interested in who serves their purpose, and when you are no longer singing the hallelujah songs of the party, you are spilled out like waste product? I mean, there's so much to look into, right? And these are many more are still, what the conversation is about, right? I should open the phone lines, right? Then we get into the discourse proper. 0907-353-0044 is that number to call. The other number would be 0908-766-8888. WhatsApp portal number where you should send strictly a WhatsApp message, right? Not a voice note, would be 0909-705-4450. Let's hear from you and know your thoughts on the matter. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Udokama. I'm calling from Nikon.
All right, Udokama, welcome aboard. Talk to us.
Okay, talking about Ali Ndume.
Yes, please.
You see, this is a repetition of what happened some months ago, where a senator come out and said that there was protest starting, and the whole Senate member joined hands together.
That will be Abdul Ningi, right? Okay. Go on.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, they come together and challenge the man for life. And Nigeria was unable to do anything concerning what that man, the allegation that the man leveled on the leaders. Now, this man also come out to say something again, and also gang up and they move him. You see, there is no freedom of speech in this country, in as much as they keep on trampling on people who can speak. Me and you, our votes will not go far. But those people are the people that have voice, that they can speak and people will hear them. And whenever such a caliber of people talk, they will use one political this or another to put them down, to make sure that they do not speak again. And I ask a question: shall we continue like this? Are we going to move forward in the way we are moving now? Thank you.
All right, Udokama, thank you for that one, though. We still have our guest right there. But let's just take one more call, and then, of course, we get back with you. Hello and good morning. Hello.
Barrister.
Yes, good morning to you. Obasanjo, is that you?
Yes.
All right, Obasanjo.
Obasanjo from Amali.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very straight to the point, Obasanjo. Let's go. No time.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
That is why. Good morning, Abuja. Good morning, Nigerians. We have been calling, we have been shouting every day, pertaining the leadership of the APC in this country. We can now see the fighting. When Dino Malayi went during Buhari, the ex-president, Dino Malayi was caught.
Okay, Obasanjo, you're out right there. I don't know why, for some reason, but let's get back with you, Mr. Benedict. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, talk to us.
Yeah. Now, just before I think the line went off,
yes, please.
I was trying.
Are you there? Oh. Okay, well, we would try to get back with you. Well, the conversation is still on, and we're still taking your reactions. Hello and good morning.
It's Obasanjo call back.
All right, Obasanjo, welcome back. Very well, thank you. Let's go straight to it.
All right, I was saying a lot of things. When Dino Malayi came up during the ex-president, a lot of all these issues, they were on ground. Dino Malayi was telling Nigerians, okay, we have come back to APC that we were thinking things will work well to the APC. We don't know that the APC will bring a chaos to us Please, Nigerians, in the floor of the National Assembly, which he pleaded to Nigerians, forgive us. Likewise, Senator Abo, same thing. Senator Ningi, same thing. Senator now is the chief whip. Now you can now see the Fabio. He was not an APC member, but now Fabio is the Senate President is deciding who wants to be. That is it. They are fighting people. These are the cabal. Nigerians, these are the cabal. Number one, the Senate President is the cabal. Number two,
oh, come on, please now. Come on, please, Obasanjo. Where did you get that information from? Well, then, you are saying that, of course, Akpabio was not there before he just came in, and let's not get the facts twisted. Akpabio only presided over the issues and brought to the fore what the party leadership wanted. Right? Letter was communicated to him by the party national chairman, Abdullahi Ganduje. In this regard. So let's not mistake these things. Hello and good morning. Are you there? Are you there, Mr. Benedict? Okay, we're still trying to connect with him. Let's just take this one now. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, Odwa.
Yes, please. All right, Alamin, welcome aboard. Let's get into it.
Yes. First and foremost, let me say that the position of the principal leadership of the National Assembly is not the birthright of anybody. They are simply first among equals.
Okay.
It's just a privilege and not, they are not entitled to it. It is not the right of anybody. And for those who are keen observer of, the antics of Ndume, some of these departments to Lagos was because of the Yoruba agenda. But we later found out that the reason why he's lamenting is because his daughter worked in that very department. His own daughter works in one of the departments that is proposed for relocation to Lagos. And those departments, 99% of their operation is domiciled in Lagos, banking supervision. And imagine, living in Abuja, there you're spending millions and billions annually flying, taking flight and accommodation for Lagos, staying there for 2-3 days, then returning to Abuja. So I think it's a good thing. In my own opinion, I would even advise the APC to completely expel him from the party. It doesn't have the interest of the country. Whenever his personal interest is being encroached, that is why he starts singing. This is not the first time. He has done it under Saraki. He did it under Buhari. He's doing it under Tinubu again. I think he should be expelled from the party, and I hope his people would vote against him because it is obvious that he is all about his personal interest. Thank you so much.
All right, Alamin right there saying it's all about personal interest. Well, Mr. Benedict, I know that you are on the line right now, but we need to pay some bills. We'll be right back. When we get back, of course, it will be you and I having, that conversation. You can lay your thoughts, and then, of course, we open the phone lines as well and get conversing, right? Let's go pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja. You have a child of great potentials that need nurturing and guidance. What's that talent your child has that the world needs to know about? Or you want an improvement on your child? The Mastermind Talent Show MVP Edition is your answer. At Mastermind, we support exceptional young talent by giving them the confidence and resources they need to improve the world and to connect with one another. Do you have a talented child from the ages of 7 to 17 years? Then what are you waiting for? Your child can take home a whopping sum of 300,000 naira. Oh yes, registration is totally free. Make a video of your child showcasing his or her talent. Register and submit the video on our WhatsApp number 070-455-00087. Get approval and appear for our live audition 26th to 27th July 2024, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. The Mastermind is located at plot 924 Cadastral Zone 80 Central Business District, Abuja. For more information, call 070-455-00087, 070-455-00087. Mastermind, your child stands a chance to bring the prize home. Join the challenge today.
Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
Here to stay.
In 2022, she shook the world with her Real Warri Pikin Unfiltered, successfully selling out Warri, London, Milton Keynes, Manchester, Ghana, and Abuja. Now, she is back again with something special. The Real Warri Pikin Unapologetically Me comedy special, where in her words, she plans to make sweet love to you guys.
Area, where to play?
Oh my God, you don't shut it down.
Mark your calendars as the date is Sunday the 28th of July. Venue, This Day Dome, Abuja. Ticket categories, regular 10,000 Naira, VIP 50,000 Naira, Premium 100,000 Naira, Executive 200,000 Naira. Tickets are available on realwarriorpikin.com and physically at all Razor Sharp collection outlets in Abuja. For contact and inquiries, please call 0703-656-5675. Sponsored by Maltida, Goldberg, Airpeace, and Fidelity Bank. Partners, Lisa Seeds, M-Shell Homes, Sense Tracy, Blackbox, and Dexon Security.
Meet.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3.
It is 36 minutes gone past the hour of 9 on the AM side, and yes, it's still Eagles Outlook, where we talk politics and current affairs. And yes, the conversation is still on. We have our guest who is online having a conversation with us in the person of Mr. Benedict Agunloye. Mr. Benedict, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, talk to us, Mr. Benedict.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, like the last caller will put it, he's talking about the fact that sometimes the reaction of the distinguished Senator Ali Ndume would come like a child that you have either just collected his cookie or you have collected his toy,
right,
and then he's throwing tantrums. And I think that does not show the responsibility of his privileged positions.
Okay.
Now, you cannot say the president is not listening to anybody, because like I said, I've given you a good number of decisions that have been taken over even the Senate had passed the cybersecurity tax, did they not? They passed it. It took the president to say, look, this thing cannot go for now because Nigerians are already going through a lot of hardship. Why billing them again for every bank transaction? And then, the NSA had requested that to the Senate, and they have looked at the law and said it was in the provision, but the president has put it down. When you look at the student loan scheme, the way and manner in which it was previously structured, it will not be accessible to most children whose parents are not able to provide certain documents. But the president listened, sent the bill back to the House, to the Assembly, got it reworked, and now it is easy for students who would want to apply to be able to go in, irrespective of who their parents are. So him shouting and chanting, number one, he is inside. He is a principal member of the National Assembly, so he cannot speak like an opposition. He is actually criticizing himself if he doesn't know. And if you go in public to criticize your own self or your own team, to a large extent, what you are saying is you no longer belong to the team. So you should have been able to first of all resign and say, I am resigning because... Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they are not listening to me. He is elected to the Senate, so he cannot resign on the ground, but he should be able to step down as a principal leader and step down even as a member of the party or privileged member of the party and just remain a senator and represent his people. If he is acting in that order, it will make sense.
All right,
we saw the British Parliament in the days of the last woman. The way the ministers began to resign one by one, right? That is for them to say, look, we are in the ruling party. We are part of the government, but we are not okay with the way things are. And so they tendered their resignation as ministers. They are principal members of the parliament. They did not resign their duty as parliamentarians, but they stepped down their privileges. But Ndume is not ready to lose any privilege. He wants to eat this cake at all time and have it.
All
so
right,
I
Mr. Benedict.
don't think the Senate or the party asking him to step down is not an abuse of his right. It's not meant to gag him from speaking.
All right.
But they are only saying if you want to speak, there is enough forum internally for you to bring up your suggestion and shape the event. You are part of the team. But if you no longer see yourself as part of the team, then step aside and know that we are not working with an enemy, but we are working with people.
Yeah. Let me step down on your thoughts right now and just take this call. Hello, hello to you. Good morning.
Daniel.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
Yes, sir. Good morning to your guest.
Yes. What's your name, please? Where are you calling from? Huh?
Thank you, from National State.
All right, Taken B. Let's get into it.
Yes, I'm listening to your guest. But the fact about Ali Ndume is that he has spoken the truth. He has spoken the man of Nigeria. Whether he's also part of it, it's a different ball game. And let us not also forget when Uduak mentioned that he's the same party with the president. Not just that, the vice president is from his state. They are brothers. They are the same party. They are one. They are like 1 and 2. They have been working together. And also, he was one among the senators who mobilized other senators for Fabio. And as I'm speaking right now, Fabio has been forced to reshuffle some Senate committees, and he has been able to return Ali Ndume as Senate Committee Chairman on Tourism. So, and Fabio also knows that dealing with the ranking senator, his own time will also come when he will need their support. Very soon you might start hearing they want to impeach him, and all of that. So as we're speaking now, Fabio has reshuffled made some reshufflement, which he has returned Ali Ndume as the chairman Senate Committee on Tourism. Right. So he's also, yes. So I want our guests to remember that whether Ndume is a part of those who are in power, then he has spoken the truth and he has spoken the mass of Nigerians.
Okay, he has spoken the truth. He has spoken the voice of Nigerians right there. Taken be making that one out right there. But then this move has made, raised some concerns on democratically processes in Nigeria. As Senator Ndume noted, this is a test of our democracy. The APC's actions have sparked fear. Is the APC indeed undermining democracy by silencing dissenting voices? Right? Is the APC afraid of a criticism? Is another one. And the place of constitution, of course, the place of free speech, of course, where Section 29(1) states every person shall be entitled to freedom of expression, including freedom to hold and express opinions, right? But let's look at some of the persons who have, maybe in times past has had similar, antecedents or incidents with Senator Ali Ndume's, plight at the moment. Senator Elisha Abo, of course, was senator representing Adamawa North Senatorial District. The reason for his suspension was he was suspended from the All Progressives Congress for criticizing the party's leadership, right? And the office he held was Chairman, Senate Committee on Public Petitions, Ethics and Privileges. Senator Gabriel Suswam was also one of such. Senator representing Benue Northeast Senatorial District, removed as chairman of the Senate's Committee on Power for criticizing the government's handling of the power sector, right? And we also saw what happened next to him. He was replaced by Senator Danjuma Goje as chairman of the Senate Committee on Power. Suswam is still a senator, though. We've seen the issue that happened with Kabir Marafa, the issue that happened with Uba Sani and all of that. It just takes us still back. I mean, Mr. Benedict, it still makes us want to this, right? The international perspective would be the place of where the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights also guarantees freedom of speech and expression in Article 19, which states everyone has the rights to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference, to seek, receive, impart information and ideas of all kinds, regardless of the frontiers, right? And then it still take us to the place where it's highlighted as amongst other persons who have been within the corridors of power, especially the Aso Rock, the presence of a strong force. That's how he calls it, a strong force. According to him, these strong force have caged the president. Now, he believes that this has made the president unaware of the true state of the nation, with little or less impact from the president on national issues. And that's what Nigerians are asking. Mr. Benedict, I mean, don't you even see some reasons in this?
Now, this is where my point will still go.
Okay.
People like Ndume are the cabals in the nation. Now, if he has problem with his gang members around the corridors of power, he should not whip up sentiments. He should face his members at their level and not draw the public to come and do his fight. What I still insist is he is the chief whip of the Senate. He's a principal
I get that.
actor.
Yeah.
What are the decisions that the Senate, there are 109 of them, and they have colleagues in the national, in the House of Rep 360 that represents the people and the constituency. What have they hold the joint parliamentary session on the state of the nation and come up with thicker steps? This is what we think should be done. And they pass back to the president, and the president used to act. Sir, Ndume, the truth in your mouth or in my mouth about the situation of the nation is not the same as that of Ndume. Right. Ndume is in a position to act, right? Now, he said he has access to see the president. His job as a legislator is not to see the president.
Right.
If the leaders of the house want to see the president, the leaders can go. He should see his constituency and bring the case of his constituency to the house.
All right.
The fact that you don't like the executive or thereabout and so my enemy is my friend should not. That's the practice I'm seeing some people saying.
Okay.
Where are the truth in Ndume's statement? I cannot see the president. We don't have access to him. The cabal have caged him. But people have had genuine complaints and they have made noise and we have seen the president act. Right. So he should go back to his Senate, do his job as a senator, pass the bill, pass the law, make resolutions, right? And then let's talk.
Okay.
At point, if you are pointing in the Senate that's been passed, whatever he's saying, he's talking like a beer parlor person.
Let's put a
and that does not meet the responsibility of his privileged position. He's a privileged citizen.
Yeah, let's put a stay to your voice right now and take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
My name is GB.
GB, welcome aboard. Let's get into it.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah.
This is Engineer Benga. You see, let me tell you something. Let's not spoken. Let's break it down.
Good morning.
The rest of the house in the chamber is that of a senator of Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay.
Any other thing that is a privilege. And it's the party has the right to withdraw it at any time. The party have not sacked him from the Senate. The party have not denied him from proposing bills, from proposing resolutions and the rest of it. They only say, you drop these privileges, then I'm going to do it. Then let me ask you, as you are there, I don't know Duak, I don't know the place you are occupying your place of work. In that organization there, it's a management staff. It's not every, you can't be talking like other staff. I don't know. That kind of demand that as a management staff, there are still management meetings to take decisions. They are part of the decision. If other staff are complaining or do not agree with that decision, the way you will talk or pacify them or present yourself will not be the way a gate man or a reporter will do it. That's the responsibility on you because you are part of the decision maker. Women cannot let themselves from this government for the city. It's a top officer in the Senate for his party. He has to make sure that he's able to market his party and his party. And if there's anyone that's not good or is not accept, there are channels in which he can do it. Number one, the Senate president is there. Number two, his own brother is the vice president. Number three, he has a minister in cabinet from his state.
Okay.
If I give he said that the consequences will not reverse. That's a challenge to the present power. So some of them have said that if president continues to remove and move the students like a labor, there will be consequences.
All right, GB, for want of time, we can't go any further. Yeah, GB.
There will be consequences.
All right.
But that's why he has
Thank you.
the authority of the executive and the president.
Thank you, GB.
In that position and insist me.
All right, thank you, GB. GB, I have to take you out right there. Hello, good morning.
Sorry, sir. So I'm being denied that you.
Obasanjo, please. You don't come and give us facts of things that you feel is a fact that is not correct, please. I wouldn't take that. Okay, let's just handle. There are more serious issues to talk about than come up and bring stories that are not true. Okay, or verified rather. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, that would be a miss. Let's take this one. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
Thank you. My name is Bala Mohammed. I'm calling from Super Fruits Market.
All right, talk to us. Go straight to it. You've got 30 seconds.
Thank you, presenter. You see, I don't hold any pity towards Senator Ali Ndume.
Right.
I could remember Ali Ndume was part and parcel of what happened to Senator Abdul Ningi.
Right.
Because Ali Ndume said to Abdul Ningi that he called him and told him, why should Senator Abdul Ningi, go to a radio house and start voicing what he voiced? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But today, Senator Ndume went to Arise TV and voiced equally what he voiced. And the message is catching up with him. So this is an eye-opener for the northern senators to know what they are doing.
Okay.
You understand? They should either stand together or they will be broken each one by one. That is just the issue.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much right there, all the way from Zuba. I should take these messages, and of course, I'll let Mr. Benedict, add his voice, finally as a final cap on the matter. I know time is not on our side, and time is not almost enough. But let's get to this one. It says, greetings to you, Udwak Daniel. Okay, it says, I'm Samuel from Kuje. On the issue of Senator Ali Ndume, a bird was watching some group of people having meeting in the forest at the midnight. Then on Sunday morning, the people were given front seat in church. The bird flew into the church and saw the people seated in front seat. Okay, so you're saying the bird indeed signaled the pastor and said, okay, this people are the same people I saw last night and stuff like that. And you're saying the politicians should stop deceiving us. They are the same people playing the same game to the detriment of the masses. I beg, they should allow us to have a breath of fresh air. Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay, I get this one. Let's go to this one now. Good morning, UD. My name is Honorable Edwards from Apo. The truth is that what Senator Ndume did is not good because he's also part of the government, and it shows that he's putting fingers to himself. Or he's pointing fingers to himself. A chief whip of the Senate is part of the principal officers of the National Assembly. It's also not his duty to be going to the president every time because he's not a kitchen cabinet of Mr. President. My problem is that the EFCC should ask him the names of those thieves in the villa he accused. It's very important. PDP members are doing almost the same thing. For example, the FCT minister. Okay, my greetings to our guest. Thanks. All right, I'll just blow this one in, and then, of course, we just finally close it. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning to you. I'm listening from Nasarawa State. Ndume may in some party. Ndume may be in same party with the president. His job may be to make laws, but let's take the message and leave the messenger. He's spoken the truth in the minds of Nigerians. In America, you have people same party with Joe Biden who are asking him to step down for a better and stronger, healthy candidate.